Hi, it's Mr. Howard. I'm excited that you chose to be with us today at Unity Church Kids Ministry. I know you're going to have an exciting time, and I hope when you walk away from our time today, you'll be a little more amazed at our awesome God. So sit back and we'll get started. Oh, I want you to look and see if you can find all of the hidden things in our countdown video, and I'll see you in just a bit.
It's a new day, a new day. Love has won. With this sacrifice, death has been defeated. The Son of God, risen King, bringing us into God's family. Oh, let's proclaim our saving grace is Jesus. Oh, 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 oh. And this miracle of love is overflowing. Hope is here, and it's everlasting. So rejoice in Jesus. He makes all things new. He makes all things new. Sin couldn't stop, and the grave couldn't break His grace for me. His grace for me. He was nailed to the cross, and death couldn't end His love for me. His love for me. So with my life, I'll shout His victory. He is alive. He is alive. My Lord, my Redeemer is alive. He is alive. He is alive. My God, my Savior is alive. Jesus is alive. He is alive. So I sing with joy, with a thankful heart, for the one who set me free. And as a child of God, I will live my life, and I'll shout His victory.
Here we go. He's alive. He's not dead, no. Really wish I could have seen it for show. When they looked in the tomb, they were asking everybody, yo, where did he go? Cause he's not here. And the soldiers out there looking all spooked while they're trembling in fear, asking each other what really happened out here. J-E-S-U-S. One day, put to death. Third day, rose again. Power in his hand with a master plan. He already knew before the world begins, and he wants you to know he's coming again. So go run and tell your family and friends, Jesus is alive, yo, sing it again.
He is alive.
kids, my name is Jack Hammer and I am an expert in tools, more specifically, power tools. I'm here with my little brother Sledge. As you know, he don't know much about power tools, but I'm gonna teach him. Are you ready, Sledge?
Yeah, sure, bro.
Great. Well, today we are using a brand new tool that just arrived in the snail.
Mail. Sorry, sometimes my brother mixes up his words.
Hey, don't talk about me in front of my back. Now, are you ready to see this thing or not?
Definitely.
What do you think?
Looks like a regular water bottle.
Well, looks can be very depressing, little bro.
Your looks can be depressing.
What?
Deceiving. You mean looks can be deceiving.
That's what I said. Now grab the water grabber.
The what?
It's called the water grabber. Now take this. All right, it's time to power this bad boy up. There we go. Boom, baby.
That doesn't look right.
Oh, little brother, that's why I am the processional.
Professional.
Pretty nicely. Now, look over here, little bro. As you can see, I have spilled a little bit of water on my table.
That stinks.
No, it don't stink at all. Now, with the help of my water grabber, I will be able to elasticate the water from this table.
Extract the water from the table. Bro, that sounds impossible.
Not with the help of this water grabber. Now, open your eyes and get a load of this, baby. Woo! What you think of that?
That was amazing.
I know, Left.
I know, right. Bro, I really thought that was gonna be an impossible feat.
I didn't even use my feet, little bro. It was all the water grabber.
This reminds me of a story in the Bible with Elijah, where God did something impossible with some jars and some oil.
Really? I don't even think I've read that Bible story before.
Yeah, the kids are gonna learn all about it today. So, can you order me one of those water grabbers?
Sure thing. What do you need it for?
Well, we're potty training our dog, so I thought...
No. Just stop. I'm Jack Hammer.
And I'm Sledgehammer.
We'll talk to you later when the clock says it's hammer time.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh yeah, what's up everybody? It's me, the SKI to the double TLES, Skittles in the hizzy, and I'm ready to tell you what's up. Today, we are talking about how God can do miracles. So anytime today that somebody asks you, what's up, you tell them. God can do a lot with a little. You may think that you only have a little bit of talent, a little bit of opportunity, whatever. You think God can't do much with the little bit you have. Oh, but that ain't true. God's a miracle working God. He can take your little and make it something amazing. So anytime somebody asks you, what's up, you tell them. God can do a lot with a little. And that right there is what's up. I got a rainbow of flavor, and I'm living for my Savior. Skittles out, baby, yeah.
No greater news, no greater love. His name is Jesus. Come on, we're gonna praise the Son. Jesus is here. Jesus has won. Jesus is life. Come on, we're gonna have some fun. We raise our hands and praise.
Game on.
Okay, you ready? Yeah. Start this. There you go. Belly hot and lip flaws. Come on, Kevin.
Something about lip gloss.
Okay. You keep going. Oh. You keep going until you say it. Oh. Belly button lip flaws.
Belly button lip floss.
Close.
Belly
button lint laws.
Belly button lint balls.
There you go. Time's up. There. Okay. All right. Tosh team is up. Now it's my turn. All right. Are you ready? All right. I have a big hollyhock hatch today. I have a big hollyhock hatch today.
I have a big volleyball match today.
Yes. Hork belly Huns for a hearty of 50.
Pork belly
Huns. Huns. Oh, okay, that's good. All right, just turn it again. Okay, all right, ready? Wow, Wooly. Wow, Woolly Mammoth is named Laura.
My woolly mammoth is named
Robert. Laura.
Laura.
Laura Fennell. Laura.
Laura.
No. Lee.
We gotta do a staff meeting.
Lee. Lee. Come on, man. I keep getting. Who and Chew.
Fu Manchu.
That's not fair. Puking,
That's not fair.
puking gaze and vomiting eyes.
One more time.
Puking gaze and vomiting eyes.
I got nothing.
Puking gaze and vomiting.
Ladies.
All right.
Puking babies and vomiting moms. Oh. All right, your turn.
Porcupine pooper scooper.
Porcupine pooper scooper.
Yeah. False photo on passport is forbidden. False photo on passport
Flash
is
photo.
no. False. False. Not true. False. False photo on passport is forbidden.
False photo on passport is forbidden.
Yes, praise God. Please pass the letter. Hippo hot. Hicker her.
Hippo.
Hoot. Hoot.
Hippo hoot.
Yeah.
Hippo poop.
Yeah. Oh. Hicker her.
Hippo poop picker upper.
Yes. Do you have any peppermint breath mints?
Do you have any peppermint breath mints?
Woo! Spider webs freaking out.
Spider webs freak me out.
Yeah. Hicking watermelons. Okay. Last round. Okay. Here you go. Paul is a maverick.
Paul is a maverick.
Yes, he is. Long leaf arse. Long, not dad. Long leaf arse.
Mom.
New. Long. Last round. I humble the hall.
Fumble the
Her keys pizza.
Perfect peppermint pizza or pepperoni pizza.
No, perfect piece of pepperoni pizza.
Perfect piece of pepperoni pizza.
See, no bees in there. No bees.
The floor is hooting color. The floor has a hooting color.
The floor.
Are we got another round?
That's it. No, that's it. So the final score was 9-3. Me.
Today's Bible story is found in the book of 2 Kings in chapter 4. The powerful prophet Elijah stopped one day to visit an old friend. He was someone who had served him and assisted him in the past. When Elisha got to the man's house, he found out that the man had died.
My husband who served you is dead, and when he died, he owed a ton of money. Well, now they're here to collect the money, and if we can't pay, he's threatening to take my 2 sons into slavery. Elisha wanted to help this woman, so he asked, "What do you have in your house?"
The woman replied, "I don't have much of anything at all. I only have 1 small flask of olive oil." Obviously, if she sold this olive oil, it wasn't going to get her much money. Certainly, it would not be enough to pay off her husband's debt. So Elisha told the widow, "Borrow as many empty jars as you can from friends." Isn't that a strange thing for Elisha to say? Well, Elisha knew that God was about to do an incredible miracle.
The widow's sons went to the neighbor's house and gathered as many jars as they possibly could, brought them home, and she laid them out in the windows. Then she began to pour some oil into the jars one by one. Every time she thought she was going to be out of oil, more appeared. God continued to make oil out of nothing.
The widow ended up filling every single jar that she had borrowed. Once she ran out of the empty jars, the oil stopped flowing from the flask. Wow! God had done an incredible miracle through Elisha. The woman sold all of the oil that God had provided, and she was able to get enough money to pay off her husband's debt and enough money for her sons to live on for the rest of their lives. Isn't that amazing?
In your lesson today, you learned about a big God, and He can do powerful things. He can do miracles, and He can do a lot with a little. God is a God who can do a lot with as little as we have.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing.
It's my new muscle dance.
I like it. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Van.
And my name is Glenn. We're here to pump
You up. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you want to hear a knock-knock joke?
Oh, you know I do.
Okay, here we go. Knock-knock.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! I'm happy to see you too.
Oh, you're so funny.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, today's power verse says, "What is impossible for people is possible with God." Luke 18:27. Oh, that was a powerful power verse, Glenn. Hey, do you know what we need? What? We need the boys to stand up. Stand up. Come on, boys, stand up and say the power verse with me or Sven on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, really powerful. 2, nice and strong. 3, what is impossible for people is possible with God. Luke 18:27. Yeah! That was really powerful, boys. You can sit down, sit down.
Yeah, but you know what we need now?
But
we need the girls to stand up. Yeah, stand up right now. Yeah, and say the power words with me on the count of 3.
Here we go.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. What is impossible for people is possible with God. Luke 18:27.
Ooh, that was so powerful. Yeah. Good job, good job. Have a seat, have a seat.
Yeah, today's power verse is all about how God can take something that's little and do something big.
Like me.
Like me. Yeah. And God wants to use you right now where you are to say today's power verse. Yeah, so everybody stand up together. Yeah, and say it with me on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. What is impossible for people is possible with God. Luke 18:27. Oh, that was very powerful. Sit down. Yeah. Well, sadly, we must go. But until next time, when we teach you another powerful power verse, my name is Ben. My name is Glenn. And we'll see you next time when we pop you up.
Have you ever had a really big need? A need that was just too big for you to handle? Do you have one now? Maybe you have a family member that's sick and there's no cure. There's nothing the doctors can do. When you have big problems and no answers, it can be scary and discouraging. You wonder if there's really any hope, if there's any answer at all. Today we heard in our Bible story about a woman who had a really big need. She was facing a huge problem. Her husband died, and she owed a ton of money and had no way to get any. She felt like there was no hope, but there was. From here we can learn 3 very important things about what we should do when we face big problems. I can't wait to hear from Pastor Ty and Miss Beth about how we handle these problems.
Thanks so much, Mr. Howard. We are so excited to be here to share God's Word with you today. So our first point in our lesson today is that we should recognize that God is our source. Let me ask you this, Miss Beth. Think back when you were in school. When you had problems with a really hard math problem, who would you go to for help? Would you go to the kid in class that's doing really bad?
No.
No. You know who you probably would go to ask for help?
Who?
Your teacher. Probably would.
Since you asked.
Yes, your teacher. Because your teacher is the one that wrote the homework. She wrote the assignments. Mm-hmm. She's the source of your knowledge in math. Right. So she's probably the best source of someone you could go ask help from. Mm-hmm. You can trust that her answer or his answer will be the one you're looking for. When you face a problem that makes you feel like there's no hope, there's no answers, there's no one that can help, God can. When you face situations in life where you need help, God is the person we can come to. You know, the lady in our story, she faced a difficult situation. I mean, I can't imagine being in her situation. And when she talked to God, God asked her to go speak to Elisha. And man, God asked her to do something crazy. You know, like going and getting all the jars that she could pick up in town, her and her sons could find, and then come back and bring them, and God's going to do something great. Well, it didn't make sense. But you know what she did? She obeyed. Yep. And when you obey, you will be blessed. And you see, that leads us to our second point, that blessings follow obedience.
Okay, for my next point, I'm going to need some help from the audience. I want to pick one of you. Okay, you, come on up. All right. First, I want you to jump up and down 3 times. Okay, 3 was enough, but we'll take it, okay? All right. So, now I need you to do 2 jumping jacks. Do you know what a jumping jack is? Yes! Okay, so now, this is the hard one, okay? Bend down and touch your toes and sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star at the same time.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up, 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 down on the side. What's that diamond in the star? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Stand up. Oh, man. Let's give him an applause. That was great. All right, so because you obeyed, I have something for you. Do you know what you're getting? You don't know what you're getting. No, you don't know. Here you go. Sir, there you go. Are you excited? Thank you so much. Now, why did I give Henry that bag of cookies? It's because he obeyed. And that ties into our story today. If you want God's blessings in your life, then you must follow God's commands. The Bible tells us that. Now, am I saying that God is going to tell you to do 2 jumping jacks this morning, or is he going to tell you to touch your toes and sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? No, I'm not saying that. But I am telling you that he is going to ask you to do things. Things like he's going to ask us to give. When we get money, he's going to ask us to give a portion of it back to him. The Bible already asks us to do that, so we know that he already asks us to do that. But also maybe he'll ask you to do something like start a small Bible study with a group of your friends on Zoom. Or maybe another thing would be to invite one of your friends via text or however to watch one of our services online, our church service or one of our kids ministry services here, one of that. And when he does ask you to do those things, you have to be willing to obey if you do want God's blessings in your life. So the lady in our story, she obeyed. And how did he bless her? He filled up every jar with oil. He did something that she never even imagined that was possible.
Yeah.
But she learned that God can do a lot with a little.
Yeah. The lady borrowed jars from her neighbors. One by one, God began to fill them. Now, I got a little trick here, a pretty cool jug. It's a magic jug. It's actually Mr. Howard's, and he let me borrow it for today.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool trick. So she had a jug, a jar that she borrowed from her neighbor, and she had her own pot of oil.
Okay.
And she took and she poured it out, just like that. She poured it out until it was empty. And you know, like Miss Beth said a while ago, she
So
probably
it's empty now.
Yeah, she couldn't have done if she'd have sold that pot of that jar of oil right here. It wouldn't have gone very far. But that's not where God's miracle stopped. You know, she had one pot after.
They still needed to eat.
Yeah, she had one pot after another that the oil kept coming. You know, one pot after another. God did some great things.
Every day they had it.
Well, until all the jars were filled, until all the neighborhood jars they had gotten were filled, God just kept blessing. God kept pouring out the oil piece by piece until every single jar was filled. It was a miracle. And because of that, she was able to sell all that oil and was able to not only take care of her husband's debts, but then would had enough money to take care of her and her sons for the rest of their lives. That's how awesome God came through for them.
Yeah.
You know, God can take our little amount of oil or talents or time or abilities. You know, some of us think, well, I'm too young for God to use. Well, that's not true. The widow didn't think she had anything of value. And Elisha said, well, let's think one more time. What do you have? And she said, well, I got one jar of oil.
A little left in it.
Yeah,
right?
just a little bit.
Yep.
And he said, we can work with that. And guess what God's saying to us this morning? No matter your age, no matter your talents, no matter what you have, what you don't have, I can take your little and make miraculous things out of
As long
it.
as you're willing to obey.
That's right. As long as
Be
you're willing to obey and follow God.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about today. So I'm so excited that you've been with us today. We got a lot of stuff coming up this week, and we're super excited to see what God's going to do through Unity KidsMin this week. Hope you had fun watching Pastor Jeff and I try to play that game. It was so much fun for us. And we got some new stuff coming up next week. So stick around for next week. And we have some pretty funny videos coming up right after this. So don't miss out. We'll see you soon. Bye.
I think it's already starting. Hello, how can I help you today? My tooth is wiggly. Is it too wiggly you had to come to the dentist so I can pull it out? It's brown. Let me get my stuff.
No, that's not. Oh, it's here. There it is. I don't know where my stuff is because I'm new. Okay, ready. That's an X-ray. Yeah, so I can see your teeth. Uh-huh. You have chicken pox. Chicken pox on my teeth? Yeah, on your gums. Exist? Yeah, on your gums. And let me get you a Band-Aid. Ow. Boom. Ow! Now I'm gonna scrape off that crumbly. Here's my scraper. Ow! Scrape that brown stuff off. Oh, we need to use a knife. It didn't come off at all. Come on, I can't do your tooth. Can you give me a tissue? Oh, it's over here. Now there's blood in my ear. It won't hurt a bit. Watch, I'll do it to myself. Ow. I think I lost a tooth. Huh? You're good. You can go, bye-bye. Have a nice day. Come back soon. Bye-bye. Never come to this doctor again. I heard that. Welcome to our cooking show, everybody. I like to make cookies and brownies. And today, we're going to make blue snow cones. These are yummy summer treats. For the first step to make snow cones is chocolate milk. The only thing that we need to make is lemonade. The lemonade. Mix the chocolate milk with the lemonade. I did it. And then we put it in the freezer. And then we wait for lots of days and then it's a snow cone. Take it out of the freezer. It's just a big block of ice. Well, that's good because snow cones be ice. A snow cone, delicious. Now put the snow cone in the snow cone, ice snow cone where you don't get drips on your hands. My ice cream stuff? A cone. A cone? Yeah. Make sure it be a little big. Now it's time for toppings. Sprinkles! If you like hot dogs, you can put those on top. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. It's a brand new day, what you waiting for? Get out, stretch out, some blah, blah, blah. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. She's good at singing. I like ketchup and mustard on my hot dog. Got some. All right, let's try our snow cones. Yeah. Join us next week. Bye. Bye.
Wake up. Wake up, girls.